Yo, what's good, YouTube? This is Jay from TNJ. And make sure you hit that like button. We are getting into the All-Star break portion of the season. And this is where it gets interesting because this is where you start to evaluate your team, see who you want to start moving before the trade deadline, and start just looking at your organization as a whole and just looking at your prospects and seeing who you could potentially unload. Mariano Casto is a guy that actually has been quietly just progressing. He is C potential 73 overall, but he's just an all-around decent outfielder. I want to keep him in mind when either thinking about a guy that we can move up or even a guy that we can use in trade talks, because we are in a close race with the Rangers, and we are going to highlight the 3-game series right before the All-Star break with them, and they are right on our heels. It's about a 2-game difference, and here we go. Let's start out this 3-game series. Here's Jeremy Hellickson on the mound. He's pitching for us, striking out Zach Granite in the first inning, but Zach Granite is going to beat out that drop third strike. So up comes Delino DeShields, but Granite is going to swipe second on that one, and now they got a man on second already in the first inning. DeShields continues the at-bat. He hits a grounder over to Paul DeYoung for the first out of the inning. Now Nomar Mazara comes up, hitting 280 on the season. He gets a hanger on the outside of the plate. He takes it that way, and it's going to be gone. And Mazara makes it a 2-0 lead already here in the first inning. But this inning does continue here. We do eventually get a third out here as JT Realmuto is going to line out. And that brings up the bottom of the first inning. David Freese at the plate, hitting over 300 at the All-Star break. And look at him continuing his great season. I love what he's brought to the team. So that brings up Paul DeYoung, hitting 240, struggling this year, but not in this at-bat. He gets a pitch, and that one is a rocket out of the park. And look at that, Paul DeYoung. You know, it's just funny to see how much he struggled this season, but still hitting really well in pretty much situations where he needs to get hits. Isolated power, not so much, but man, guys in scoring position and just guys on base in general, Paul DeYoung gets it done. So this first inning does continue. Here's Ronald Marte at the plate. He swings at a pitch in the dirt on a drop third strike, but he's going to make it all the way to first. So now we got guys on first and second. Can we keep this inning going? Wellington Castillo at the plate, but he's going to swing and miss at an inside curveball and strike out. But we are going to knot this game up at 2 apiece here in the first inning. So we do decide to actually kind of, go through the middle innings here, and we actually give up 2 runs there as Anyalo Gomez was at the plate on the mound, and he ends up giving up 2 runs. I don't know what happened there, but we did pull Hellickson. I believe he actually got injured. Matter of fact, he did get injured, and we ended up pulling him. So now we're on to the bottom of the 4th inning. Here's Wellington Castillo at the plate after a Ronald Marte hit, and that one is gonna be gone. It seems like Castillo is a very, very streaky hitter, and he's hitting below 200, not very impressive at all. I think maybe the one position we'd want to improve going into the All-Star break is that backup catcher position. But back to the game, take a look. 8-4 now, but we do eventually come back here in the 6th inning off of a David Freese single and a Tim Beckham 2-run home run. So now let's move on. Domingo Santana at the plate. Guys on first and second in the 6th inning. He gets a pitch to hit, and that's a liner. And Delino DeShields corrals that one. And now we move on to the bottom of the 7th inning. Guys on first and second. J.P. Crawford at the plate. He goes the other way and loads up the bases here. And in the 7th inning, this is crucial here in a crucial series versus our divisional rivals. So they bring in Alex Wilson out of the bullpen to face Tim Beckham, who's hitting the ball really, really well lately on a 2-1 count. He hits one deep to right center, and that one is going to bounce off of the warning track and get over the wall. I thought that would have had the legs to get over the wall as a whole. So that brings up David Freese, 3 for 4 in this game, but he cannot catch up to the heat. So now they intentionally walk Paul DeYoung. Smart manager on that one. But that brings up Uebiyashi, 0 for 3 up to this point. He goes the opposite field and drives one in, and look at Tim Beckham. He's getting greedy, but the throw is going to be right on target. And that was a perfect relay as they get the out at home. So now we move on to the top of the 9th inning. Here is Sam Tuivalala on the mound, who was our closer last year, and now in a relief role. He gets a line out that time. Delino DeShields to Malik Smith in left. That brings on Nomar Mazara, who went deep in the game earlier, and that exact same pitch he went deep on, the outside slider, he watches that one for a called strike 3. But that brings up Joey Gallo. He keeps the inning going. So 2 outs here in the inning. Can Tuivalala get out of this situation? JT Realmuto at the plate. He's going to hit a hard one to second, and that's going to be an out. Nice flip to JP after bobbling that one. And we come out of this first game with a victory, 8-10, and we get 15 hits in this game. We are hitting the ball well moving into the All-Star break. So now we decide to quick manage. And going into this next game, you know, I'm really impressed with our offense. We've been hitting the ball well. Let's just continue this as now we do. Look at this. Put up 6 runs now in the 7th inning. And we're doing well. We're getting a lot of timely hits. Maybe not a ton of hits in this game, but timely hits, as Daniel Vogelback actually is the player of the game, and we end up winning that one and move on to 52-37. And we're kind of creating this distance as we can go for the 3-game sweep, and that will pretty much boost our confidence going into the All-Star break and hurt their confidence, as they are probably our lone competitors at the top of the AL West. So now we're in the next game, and this is a good pitching matchup, I gotta admit. Yusei Kikuchi versus Garrett Cole. 2 guys who kind of the tale of 2 seasons, because Kikuchi's having the surprise season, but Cole isn't having the season that, you know, a guy of his caliber you would think he would have. But here Kikuchi in the first inning, getting into a little bit of in trouble here. Didi Gregorius goes to opposite field and drives in a run. So that's 1-0 already for the Rangers. Ozuna comes up, but he's going to hit a grounder. And we do get out of this first inning here, 1-0 already in a hole. But we've been here before in the first game of the series, so I'm not even worried. Here's Malik Smith at the plate. He swings and misses at an inside curveball. Tim Beckham comes up to the plate. 2-1 count. He gets a pitch he likes, and that one is smoked, and it's gone. That's a no doubt home run for Tim Beckham, number 15. He's got 15 home runs going into the All-Star break. He's hitting the ball so well, and what a signing he's been, and what, you know, just a miraculous type of few seasons that he's been having. I mean, maybe this is contagious. I mean, this is just what he's going to be, maybe a late bloomer. And up comes Marwin Gonzalez to the plate with 2 outs. He gets a pitch he likes, and he's going to take that one over the wall. So 2 home runs here in the first inning, and we take the 2-1 lead already. And Marwin Gonzalez, another good signing. And by Tim Beckham, I meant signing before this season started. He signed with the Seattle Mariners going into the 2019 season, but we did re-sign him going into this season in 2021. So now let's move on to the second inning. David Freese continuing to hit the ball well for us. He starts it out with a single to right field. Up comes Uebiyashi. He gets a pitch he likes, and that one is going to be deep to right field, and that one is going to be gone. 3 home runs here in the first 2 innings. That's his 11th of the season. He's not hitting the best for average, but he's still got power from the left side of the plate, and he makes it 4-1. So let's move on to the mound. Yusei Kikuchi looking good early on, striking out Tommy La Stella. That brings up JT Realmuto. He can't do anything. He's hitting in the 3-hole for the Rangers. That's an easy ground out. Joey Gallo at the plate. He's getting buckled on that splitter across the middle of the plate. And we move on to the 4th inning with 2 outs. And Ozuna can't do anything. Kikuchi is just looking good in this game so far. As we move on to the 5th inning, guys on the corners. Kikuchi gets out of this situation. And look at him. He is just showing just the turnaround And this is what I'm talking about. I don't like to give up on guys. So on to the bottom of the 5th inning. Tim Beckham at the plate. He gets to pitch another pitch he likes, and it's gone. Tim Beckham is the hottest hitter going into the All-Star break, along with Marwin Gonzalez and David Freese. These guys are having phenomenal seasons, especially Tim Beckham. And man, he's tearing the cover off of the ball. So it's a 5-1 game. Paul DeYoung at the plate. He's going to take that one to left field, as now Texas is forced to bring in a relief pitcher, Drew Smiley, out of the bullpen. Can he do any better? But Marwin Gonzalez says, not so fast. You guys aren't getting out of this. He continues the hit parade, as now there's one out here in the 5th inning. David Freese at the plate, one of our hottest hitters. He gets a pitch he likes. He drives it deep, and that one is going to be gone into the visitors' bullpen. And it is 8-1, 5 home runs for the Mariners in this game. And wow, we are just hot going into the All-Star break. But now in a little bit of a jam. Bases loaded here for the Rangers in the top of the 7th. And Yalo Gomez on the mound as he strikes out Delano DeShields. Then he gets Tommy La Stella to strike out on the 97-mile-an-hour fastball. So 3-2 count, 2 outs. JT Realmuto at the plate, and he gets him to pop up to shallow center field. J.P. Crawford camps under that one, and that's the 3rd out of the inning. And we move this one out to the 9th inning. We are in the driver's seat. Kirby Yates just getting him some innings here, just making sure he doesn't go cold, and he is going to get the pop out at the warning track, and we get the out, and we end this game and end this first half of the season with a 3-game sweep and a 6-game winning streak going into the All-Star break. 8-1 as Tim Beckham is just on fire. So now we move into the All-Star break, and just looking at our All-Stars here, Corey Kluber, no surprise here, 12-2, and he is the 2nd leading vote getter for the AL. Alex I can't even say his name, Colomé, he gets the All-Star nod as well. .82 whip, 52 innings pitched. And look at this, he's on pace to pretty much almost double the innings pitched of last year, and he's having such a great year. What a great trade that was, getting him in the offseason. And then Kirby Yates gets the All-Star nod, and he actually is having a pretty good year. 5 blown saves. I want to kind of cut down on that. That's too many for the All-Star break, but he's pitching pretty well. But on the offensive side, we actually don't have any All-Stars, so I believe there was a bunch of snubs here, including Tim Beckham and Marwin Gonzalez. I think they definitely should have made the All-Star team. And then David Freese, I don't believe he was eligible. I don't think he had enough at-bats, so he didn't get the nod at all. So let's just check out Kluber and Colomé in this All-Star game. As Kluber does, I do end up starting him, and why not? I mean, he's 12-2. Come on now. And in a division-leading Mariners team, and he is the leader and the big signing of our offseason. So let's see him in work. Here he is, giving up a hit to Josh Bell that time. That was a rocket to third base, but that brings up Charlie Blackmon. We're going to get the strikeout there as we get the call on the outside part of the plate, and that brings up Ronald Acuna, who is going to ground out to second base. So now let's check out Alex Colomé here in the 5th inning in a 2-2 game. He gets Josh Bell at the plate once again. He hits one down the right field line. Josh Bell is 2 for 2 in this game. So now that brings up the rest of the lineup here. Charlie Blackmon, 1-2 count. He's going to swing and miss, and we strike him out twice in this game, and that brings up Acuna Jr. with 1 out. He's going to ground out. This time no Altuve, but he can't handle it, and he's going to bobble it. And now they got guys on the corners here as Alex Colomé trying to get out of this situation, and Bryce Harper comes to the plate, but we get him to ground out into the double play, and the NL ends up going on to win this game as we only got to pitch a couple innings with our guys, but Alex Colomé actually got the loss. I forgot they kept him in an extra inning, and he ended up giving up 2 runs, and we end up losing this game. But I'm impressed by these pitchers of ours. I mean, 3 All-Stars, and that's actually the most we've ever had in this series. So after the All-Star break, this is what our schedule's looking like. Pretty much divisional games: Oakland, Houston, and then Athletics again, and then the Rangers as well in this 4-game set straight out of All-Star break. So we do start out with the 4-game lead here on the Rangers. They are on a 6-game losing streak, so we're getting them right at the right time. The Athletics are starting to win. They're on a 6-game, but they're still 7.5 back. But I'm really proud of this team. This might be the first time that I'm thinking about not making any trades in this season at all. I like what all of our guys are doing. Maybe picking up one guy, but that's just a big maybe. I mean, our guys are just meshing at this point, doing so well, so I don't want to mess that up. And I think that we are really good right now. We can always get better, but I really like our team. So hit subscribe, hit that like button. Let me know if you guys think I should make any trades at the trade deadline. But I like what we're doing here. So stay tuned. Let's get it. Let's go.